Well, it is time for our weekly personal finance chat. And this morning we're asking a very pertinent question. Is your thinking keeping you poor? Well, this is exactly what motivated business author and speaker Douglas Kruger to write his latest book. And there it is. You can see it in beautiful, bold red. Is your thinking keeping you poor? And he's going to be sharing some insight with us this morning. And I'm quite excited to engage with you on this topic. Firstly, thank you very much for making it so early in the morning.
You're most welcome. Thanks.
So what have you found to be the answers to this question? Is your thinking keeping you poor?
Well, that key word thinking, that really is everything. When you study the lives of multi-millionaires and self-made multi-billionaires, you often find that these are men and women who have gone bankrupt and bounced back again multiple times.
Okay.
And the fascinating part for us is when they were bankrupt, they didn't think of themselves as poor. They thought of themselves as wealthy individuals who temporarily didn't have any money. So the thinking really is everything.
Oh, right. And so why did you decide to write this book right now?
Well, this particular one is really, it's the culmination of two things. The one is it's a desire to help a country that really has a lot of potential, but somehow doesn't seem to be making it on the wealth stakes. It really is ridiculous in a sense that we have people like Elon Musk from South Africa who are now really exploring space and trying to make us an interstellar species at the same time as we have people who are struggling to feed their families. There's something tragic and something wrong about that. And perhaps the second reason is really this is a book that I wish someone had given to me earlier on.
Yeah. And you focused on 50 ways in which you can change your thinking regarding wealth, regarding poverty, regarding where you are in life. Why 50 ways? It didn't have anything to do with 50 Shades, did it?
No, it didn't. The other one is 50 ways to position yourself, so I don't know if there's a link there. The 50 ways, there's two reasons for that. The one is that all the other books have 50 ways, so I decided I'd do it again.
Just carry on with that trend.
Yes. But the second reason, and perhaps this is the more important one, is that in my own research on wealth and prosperity literature, I found that there really is one problem across the board, and that is that the books tend to be a single solution proposal.
Okay.
In other words, they will be about how to save your way to wealth, which interestingly is actually not a good idea. Or they might be about how to sell property in order to become wealthy, or perhaps something like investing. And if that single solution doesn't work in your scenario, that's it, you've actually wasted money on the book. So across 50 different philosophies, what I've tried to do is aim on people with the tools that they need, and as many of the tools as they need as humanly possible.
I'm going to challenge you a little bit on that later on, the saving to wealth thing not being the way of doing it. But
Please do.
Ideally, who do you think should be reading this book?
Well, this is designed for three different demographics. The first and most obvious one is the person coming out of high school or perhaps studying in varsity and wondering what to do with their lives. This is the book that I wish I'd had at that point in my life, because you are on this career trajectory and it is incredibly easy to make mistakes in terms of how you push your life forward and the paths that you take. And very simple adjustments early on can make a massive difference to where you go.
Yeah.
So that's the first demographic. The second one is parents.
Okay.
I'd love to have more South African parents talking openly about money.
True.
You know, we still have the sense of sort of shame around money. It's okay to talk about work, and it's noble to talk about work around the dinner table, but not money.
Okay.
And I think the opposite should apply. I think when kids are saying, you know, how do we earn, how do we get out of poverty, how do we become rich? It's pull up a chair, let's
And very
discuss
lastly,
it.
who else?
And the last demographic is business owners.
There we go. All right. So all three of those demographics should be reading this book. But I want to get into this question that, you know, saving is not your way to getting to wealth. We'll talk about that with Douglas Kruger in a moment. Graham, right now, over to you.